Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at one of my favorite bits of software. It's Gamma. It's how I create all my documents, how I put LinkedIn carousels together, PowerPoints, just a wonderful piece of software. And today I'm going to give you 25 tips to make you a pro user. Let's get into it. Okay, here we are in the Gamma app. And all you have to do is go to gamma.app and you get into your workspace here. As you can see, I am a big user of Gamma, really, really good. And what I'm going to do is go through 25 tips to make you a power user of Gamma. So let's jump in with tip number 1, just creating something from scratch. So we go to create new here. Paste in text from note and outlines or existing content, generate from a one-line prompt, import a file or URL. Let's try generate from a one-line prompt. So we want a presentation. Okay, so I'll put a prompt in, create me a presentation on the UK's new industrial strategy. Let's have 8 cards. Default, that's fine. Fluid, UK English. Let's go for it. Generate. First of all, it gives me the outline. Working. There we go. So we can decide on how much text we want on each card. So let's do concise. Then we can pick a theme, and you can pick a theme or you can use your own theme. So this is my theme for the professor. And if you go to my website, you'll see lots of documents created with that theme. But let's pick this green one. I like this green one, the alien. So I've selected the alien one. Image source automatics, but you can choose different image sources. Stock photos, web images, AI images, illustrations, GIFs. Just leave it on automatic and let's just go generate. And it's as easy as that. So you get asked to go to a meeting. Can you give me a presentation on the industrial strategy? Can you give me a presentation on X or Y? Go in, simple as that. Put something together. It draws from the information that's out there on the web, puts pictures in, theme it all up. You can go through, obviously check it. Looks at skills. This is AI, so you must check it. You've got to take responsibility for it, but quickly getting yourself up and running, really good. Not quite finished yet, still going. There we go. Tip number 1, just create something based on a simple prompt. Let's move on. Okay, tip number 2, you've got a load of text. You want to put it into some sort of format that is easily readable. So tip number 2, you've got a whole load of text. You want to put it into a executive type summary. So create new, paste in text. I've just copied all of this text from a website. There's tons of it. Some graphs and stuff as well. Literally just copied it. It's all about skills. Gives you then some choices: generate from notes or an outline, summarize long text or a document, preserve the exact text, summarize long text. And then it says go to the prompt editor. I'm going to say create 6 slides, create 6 slides for an executive briefing. And again, you get a choice of themes. There are more themes you can choose from. Might not do the alien one this time. Let's try something a bit less. Let's try this one. It's quite nice. So we've selected that theme. Got 10 cards, generate. Here we go, it's generating in the new theme. Assessment of priority skills to 2030. I've just taken all that information from that website. Started putting pictures in, employment demand projections. How cool is this? Fastest growing sectors, skills requirements, supply, strategic implications, still making pictures, cross-sector skills pressures, how cool is this? How long would it take you to go through all of that, pull out all the key information, create a slide deck? You can do it in seconds, literally seconds. Gamma, really, really powerful. It even does it in a nice way, look. Bill Smith, Chair of Skills England. Really cool. You wonder why Skills England might have done this and made this the website rather than a whole load of HTML text. Well, maybe they'll watch this and they'll use Gamma in future. Let's move on. Okay, tip number 3, just create directly from a document. So create new again, dead easy. Import a file or a URL, upload a file. So you can put PowerPoint, Word docs, PDFs. There's even more that you can put in. You can import from Google Slides or Google Docs, web pages. Let's browse some files here. A download. I've been doing some of these today. I've been doing some research on industrial strategy areas. So this one is creative industries. And what do I want? I want a presentation, continue, and it's taken the information. So I've done some research on what's going on in the industrial strategy. Let's have it concise this time. It is creative industries. Let's have a look and see if we can find a suitable. Let's try this one. Yeah, they're very gold and black. That suits the creative industries. And I will put a prompt in. So I've said create a slide deck of this information, make sure the images are appropriate to the context. Let's have a look. So we have choices of images. I've said you can automatically select the best image type, stock photos, choose some web images, generate some AI images, some illustrations, animated GIFs. You could just put placeholders in. So if you think you've got a folder full of images that you want to use, then you could actually just put placeholders in, or you can say don't put any images in at all. So we'll leave it. We want 8, 10 cards. Well, let's go for 8 cards and let's just go and generate. And so this has taken some information that I scraped from the web about the creative industries. I wanted some stuff about, it's obviously linked to the industrial strategy. It goes so quick, I can't keep up with it. Linked to the industrial strategy, what's going on in the West Midlands, what's the size of the market, why is it important, what might the skills piece look like, short courses look like. So here we go, creative industry sector analysis, industrial strategy, policy analysis, ambitious growth vision, so become global, billions of pounds extra GVA, 1 million extra jobs, policy drivers, regional success story, create central, WMCA, West Midlands Combined Authority programs, Digbeth Tea Factory, I think it might be the custard factory. I made that up. I don't know, I might be wrong. Skills and occupations in demand, training, education, landscape, quality training standards, recommended courses. How cool is that? So take some information. If you've done some research, take that information, bang it into a slide for you to present that research. Really, really good. Let's move on. Okay, tip number 4, how to make quick changes when you're in the cards. So as you've seen on the last 3 demonstrations, we've produced cards, but that's not going to be the end of it. You're going to want to update, make them better. You click into the card and press /. You get this quick menu, so you can upload an image, etc. You can split the card here. So if you went into the middle and you wanted to split the card and just make this into 2 cards, you could do that. You can add in a title. You can change the text, etc. You can put a bulleted list, a to-do list, block quote, warning box. Let's add in a warning box. There we go. And then you can, this information needs checking. Simple as that. I've added a warning box into this card. So /, get the menu, choose what you want, add it into the card. It sorts it all out. That's cool. Let's move on. Okay, you've got a lot of information on a page, and what you really want to do is to split it up. So just go into Gamma and just press your /, and say split the card here. Takes out what's below it out, creates a new card. Go into the card. You want to make this the title. There you go. Bang. Done. How cool, how quick, how easy is that? /, get the tool you want, and you're in, changing it, you're off to go. That's tip number 5. That's tip number 5. Let's move on. Okay, what we haven't done is look at the sparkle button or the AI button. So here I am in another slide deck that I've created. And if you click on this, you can edit this card with AI. You can try a new layout, improve the writing, fix spelling and grammar, translate, make longer, make shorter, simplify language, be more specific, add in different images. Okay, so let us make longer. So this is using AI to make a change to one particular card, and it's expanded that information. There you go. So it's taken those 3 titles, it's expanded them out. So think if you are wanting to present to a room, then you might have the smaller version because you don't want them reading all that text. If you wanted to give them your presentation with the detail in, then you expand it out. Really cool. You can create 2 versions. You've got an original and you've got an expanded. Go back to the original. That's what it looked like. That's what it's expanded to. Really cool, really interesting. Using AI to work on individual slides. It's very cool. You can't do this with PowerPoint. It's so cool. Let's move on. Okay, tip number 7, swap themes instantly. So we selected this creative industry sector analysis theme, the gold on black. Very nice. You can just click in here, edit your theme, and choose a different theme. Let's try something a bit more cornfield. There we go. How cool is that? And all the pictures change. You see that? How the pictures change colour. Let's try a different one. See if this one will change all of the themes green. I guess there's some yellow in there, but they all match. Make sure that the pictures match. Very, very cool. What I want to try is the alien one, because there you tend to have. Okay, so I think on the alien one you would need to change the pictures as well. Now, if you've got the Pro account, you can ask it to change all of the cards all at once. I don't have the Pro account. Give me the Pro account, Gamma, and I will happily show this off, but it gives you the Pro account. Then you can make changes to all of the slides all at once. So you could just say, select all of the slides or some of the slides and fix the spelling, grammar, change the pictures, etc. all at once using AI. You need the Pro account for that. To be honest, the Pro account isn't that expensive, but I don't have it. I only have the Plus account. So there's a reason to get Pro. Can't show it you though. Sorry about that. Let's move on. Okay, tip number 8. Let's see what we can do with themes. So if we go into themes, and what you can actually do is create a custom theme. You can use the standard themes or ones that you've archived. So if we go into new theme, and you can build a theme or you can import a file. So if you've got slides for your own business that you use where you have a specific themes, you can just import it, or you can go in and build a theme. And here we go, gives you some ideas. Let's choose that one. You can choose your font. Let's go for GTM Sans. Continue. You can choose what your sort of blocks, etc. look like. So we can have nice capsules. And it's showing you the theme preview over here. And then you can add in a logo if you want. You can add, and then you add a theme name. We'll call this Blue. So had I put so it's as simple as that. If you want to make your own theme, you can add in logos, you can add in pictures, all that sort of stuff, and it will build a theme for you. And then when you next run Gamma, you can choose this theme and use it. And there you go. I've got 2 themes now. So this is the one I use for the professor. This is the one I've just created called Blue. It's as easy as that. You can import themes. Gamma is excellent. Excellent. Let's move on. Okay, I said we could generate documents without pictures, but have some placeholders. So let's show how we do that. So create new. So let's just generate here. We want a document, 10 cards, A4. I want a report on the UK government's latest reshuffle. Generate an outline. So this happened today. Yep, it's there. So this just shows its AI is able to search the web. It's absolutely up to date. None of that. It was taught up until the end of September or whatever. That's no good. So we want to leave it concise. Let's look at visuals. Under image source, what we're saying is put in image placeholders. So I don't want images, I want placeholders, because I'm going to be able to go and get the images as necessary. So I don't want images, but I want a placeholder putting in. Let's get a nice theme to use. It's quite nice, isn't it? Vortex. Is that the one we used earlier? Let's try this one. Yeah. Select that. Let's generate. So the AI has done the research for us. We've selected a theme. Let's see if it can produce a document. Remember, this is what we're producing now. A document. It's generating, it's typing. Certainly leaving space for pictures. Yvette Cooper's become Foreign Secretary. I used to work in the Foreign Office, so always look at that. So it's given me all the positions. Who's changed? Who's in and out? It's pretty cool, isn't it? Very cool. And let's have a look to see whether, here we go. It's put a placeholder in for a picture. Very nice. I don't think it felt like there was a lot of pictures to go in. There's another one. So there you go. You want to create a document about something that's happening right now, right today. There we go. It creates it really quickly. The AI is good. It's not dreadful. The AI is good. It goes off, finds the information, creates a document for you. Just superb. Really good. You can add notes. edit with AI, change the styling, change the icons, etc. Very, very cool. Let's move on. Okay. Tip number 10. You'll like this. So over here on the left-hand side, we have what they call the film strip. So you can either have it as just a list of your different slides, or you can have it in this film strip, and you can do a number of things. So you can drag and drop, so you can move your slides around. You can cut a slide, you can copy, duplicate, you can copy a card to a different presentation. So let's copy the card, and it gives you the presentation. So let's copy it to this Why Gamma Revolutionizes presentation design. So it has put it in. That's the slide that it's just put in, that I took out of that black and gold one, remember? And it's put it in, and it's put it in the right theme. How cool is that? You want to share bits of information across different slides, you can do it, and it makes it the right theme, just chucks it in and makes it the right theme. Very, very cool. Think about doing that with PowerPoint. Just think about it. Not possible. Gamma, absolutely outstanding. I just don't know why we're using PowerPoint at all anymore. This is really cool. Okay, tip 11, version history. So I've just made a change to this. I've just added in this slide from a completely different slide deck. It's made it all up. You might lose it. So if you go up here to these three dots, you can go down here and you can look at version history. And you can see the version history. This is where I changed it. So that doesn't have the new one in. This one does have the new slide in. It just fits, doesn't it? You can't even. That's the problem. There we go. This slide is in. So it's after the request demo. Let's go down here. Request demo is the last one. So you can just go back and restore this one as your last one. Easy as that. So if you mess up, you're not quite sure what you're doing, you can just go backwards using version history. Really, really cool. Let's move on. So tip number 12, smart layouts. So now let's look at smart layout. So we've got our layout. If you go over here to these four dots, you get smart layouts. So what you can do is just drag and drop these things, and it should. So let's put an outline box around here. There we go. You change that layout. So it's added in those three boxes for us. So we can then put whatever we want in these boxes. We can type it in, we can change it to 1, 2, 3, 4. Some different. So if we're building our slide deck, then using these smart layouts, you can just add them in. It makes it all work. It makes it fit. It makes it meet the theme, etc. Really, really cool. Well worth having a play around with. Okay, smart layouts. Let's move on. Okay, tip 13. We want to emphasize something particularly important on your screen. So let's have a look at this. So you can pick one of these blocks here. And if you click on this, you can you can rearrange it, you can move them around, etc. But I want to just click this star to emphasize. And there you go. What it's done, it's left that one there and it's turned the other two down to emphasize that particular one. Really useful. So the information's still there, but it's emphasizing the one that you're particularly interested in. Very cool. One click and you've done it. That's the beauty of Gamma. It is superb. I'm going to have to stop saying that. Let's move on. Okay, tip number 14. Let's actually get into presenting. So here in Gamma, you can click present here. Gives you the present. You can actually present in presenter view, or actually you can choose to do full screen. It gives you the full screen. And if you go to the top, you can click Spotlight. So you can talk to it. And then if you click on the screen, it will light it up for you. Ambitious growth vision. You can talk about extra jobs. And it lights it up. How cool is that? Go in whatever way you want. You click on it, it will light up. Really nice. Even got my warning there. Remember, I put that in. All right, that's presenter view. Very cool. Just gives you more tools to work with. You can have your notes open, etc. as well. Gamma, great for presenting. Okay, so we've seen how to make files. We've seen how to do documents, etc. How do we get them out? Let's open one of these and let's do some exporting. So you can share it with people. You can collaborate with people, so you can bring other workmates in, you can share it, you can export, and you can embed it. So if you wanted to embed it in your website, or you can publish to a site. But let's try export first. What I want to do is export to a PDF. PDF's ready. Let's have a look. And here we have that document in a PDF. As easy as that. Exporting is really easy. When I'm creating the documents to put on the website to accompany these videos that you can sort of play along to, I use this. I put the information in. I create a sort of continuous document. I ask for it to put plenty of white space in so it's easy for you guys to read, a notes page, etc. I use Gamma for that. Create a PDF, download it, upload it to the website. Job's done. Gamma really strong. Okay, I think this is tip number 17. Add in the QR code. So if we just go that / again, I'm not on it. We go / and then go down here, say QR code, enter the URL, put my URL code in. Here's the live preview of it. Insert the QR code. There you go. So you're presenting, you want to send them somewhere to sign up for something, bang a QR code in. People can use it straight there in the information. Really, really cool. As easy as that. Let's move on. Okay, tip number 18. So we've got our slide deck, and remember we created this right at the beginning. So what we want to do now is, instead of present, we are going to share, and we're going to publish to a website. And this is now a website. So obviously, if you've got a domain, etc., then you could publish it directly to your domain. But this is now all in HTML as a website. How easy is that? All the pictures, it all works. Very, very cool. It's very cool. Let's move on. Okay, I just want to show you that this is actually a website. So I've opened up a new version of Chrome here. I'd already done it to check it. So let's just copy this site. Let us open up a new version of Chrome. There we go. My pink version. Here's the website. Gamma.site. You've just seen me create a website in seconds, 1 or 2 clicks. It's very cool. Okay, so we've got our site, and if we go to these 3 dots and we go to site settings, we can change our name. The name, you can connect a domain, you can change a name. So if you want to publish to a custom domain, then you can upgrade. You go to settings, you can change the favicon, the little picture that pops up next to the website. You can have navigation with a nav bar or no nav bar. You can collect Google Tag Manager. You can connect Google Tag Manager, and you can put Meta Facebook Pixel on. Loads and loads you can do to customize your website directly from Gamma. Let's move on. Okay, so if you are collaborating with other people, so you can share with other people, you can send them the link and they can have access to it, because it's all web-based, of course, and you're collaborating. You can have your workplace members, etc. So you can also look at analytics. So you can see, now obviously this one hasn't been collaborated with, but you can see who's viewing it and why, and you can follow these analytics. So really helpful. You can see which cards we've spent most time on. So this one not very much, this one quite a lot. So and skills and occupations the most. So you can see by sharing the card. So if you were doing a presentation, you shared it with somebody, you'd be able to see what areas they'd focused on and which ones they hadn't focused on. Really useful if you want to get insight into the quality of your slides. Let's move on. Okay, tip 21. Let's see if we can add some links into our website that we've created. So first thing we want to do is, why don't we create a button, put a button in here, just go down to here, forms and buttons, and put a button in. It already has the style, and what we want to do is, let's say we want it to drop down to regional impact. There we go. And obviously you can change the style, but it gives you a link to regional impact. There we go. And there it is. So we've got a button, and you can add another button. You can sort of create a box around it, but there we go. That button should take us down to regional impact. And let's go down a bit further and see if we can add a button for, there we go, that takes us to a web page. So www. There we go. So now we have a button at the top that takes you further down, and a button down here that should take us to a web page. Let's see if that works. Okay, so there we've got a button. Yeah, it takes us down. Perfect. And let's see if this button that we're putting up here will take us to an external web. There we go. Tip 21. Put buttons in your website. How cool is that? Move on. Okay, let's see what we can do with more embedding. So let's go back onto our website again, and I'm going to go down to the bottom. And what I've done is added in, takes a second to load up. I've added in a contact us page. What I'm going to do is just press /, go down and see if I can embed a Calendly. There we go. So just put in here calendly.com. can't spell, calendly.com, and basically it logs in your calendar and you can book meetings, go straight into my diary. How cool is that? Okay, tip number 24. Let's create some social media. So let's generate, and we want some social, and we'll choose a story. And what I want to generate is some social media around AI is for everyone. I'm just going to say AI is for everyone. I'm going to generate an outline. I'm not sure we need 10 cards. 6. We'll sort it out once we get to the end. So we want it concise. Happy with this color. We want AI images. I'm going to select photorealistic. You could put in a little word here to sort of help with the picture generation, but I'm just going to go ahead and generate. Here we go. Really quick. So the AI is generating this. It's thinking about what a story looks like, thinking about what needs to go in there. It's generating pictures. Just very, very cool. So you think you were creating a social media sort of story that you wanted to put out, use this. And there we go. It is, you see, it's made a little mistake there, but I'll fix that. But anyway, let us go into here, and we've already looked at version history. We can look at the source prompt. We saw that a few minutes ago. You can add in logos, colors, fonts. You can set up the page. So we've done it as story. So maybe we will change it to portrait. There we go. And it's just immediately in one click. Boom. Done it. You can align the content differently. You can change the base font size. You can scale content to fit. You can show card backdrops, animations. Just really, really good. You can change the backgrounds. You can obviously preview your documents. So going in here, page setup, and then of course you can export. Page setup, you can change the size of your output with just one click. Really helpful. Let's move on. Okay, tip number 25. Let's go into our website and we'll put our buttons in, etc. Go down, it's just loading. So perhaps here, I'm going to go forward slash again. Obviously, you can put in a web page or app. We've been through quite a lot of this. How about putting in charts? That's all possible to be done. Let's put in a YouTube video. Let me get a link from one of my videos. Pop it in. There we go. So let's publish. See whether it plays. Might not play in this site, but let's have a look. See what happens when you actually go to the website. Just make sure our buttons are there. Yeah. There, let's see.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel.
It plays!
Today I've got something interesting and different.
How cool is that? All right, I hope you've really enjoyed the video. I think Gamma is probably the most useful AI tool out there on the market. It does what you need it to do in a way that, I mean, it just takes all of that manual labor from using things like PowerPoint, etc. It just takes it all away. It does it so quickly, it does it so effectively. The tools that Gamma are built in there now allow you to manipulate the activity that you've done all the time. Tell me down below what you would use it for. Would you find this tool helpful? Would you use it? Have you signed up? I think it's really great. So you can sign up to Gamma for free and you get some credits to help you get going. And then there are a number of different plans, but even the Pro plan, which I don't have, I have the Plus plan, even the Pro plan, it's not that expensive. And yeah, Gamma is really worth it. If you've learned something today, don't forget to bang me a like and subscribe to the channel, because if you subscribe, then you'll get notified when I upload a new video. I really enjoy making them. I've been the Professor. I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.